I bought a skateboard a couple of months ago. I went around it 3 times. I was dead chuffed, I didn't fall. We were very poor, I couldn't afford a skateboard when I was young. Some things are best learnt young, not be everything. But I did manage to really quite badly aggravate the arthritis in my left knee. And I'm going to get another try. But I'm going to cheat really hard. Because I got awfully embarrassed when people are better at things than me. I feel like I should be really good at things even if I haven't practiced them. It's not really true, you know, people go on with their own business. But I like to feel that before I do something publicly, I'm not the very worst. And at the moment, I'll be the very, very, very worst. So all winter I'm going to be in my house, practicing skateboarding. But not the way I'd done it as a child. As a child I'd have jumped on and I'd played about and I learnt really quickly and it'd have been safe because I was tiny and if I didn't fall I wouldn't have hurt myself. But that's not the case anymore and I've got lots of injuries. And just going out for half an hour 3 times on my new skateboard, even though I didn't fall, I really quite managed to quite badly aggravate my left knee. And I've had a big long think about it. And what I've decided is, that was far too complicated a task for me to try and do all at once. So here's my skateboard. I took the paper off it. The plastic, but not all yet. But anyway, what I didn't know about skateboards is that they tilt. There's quite a lot of this kind of motion. And if I put it on the floor, it'll go quite far this way and quite far that way with all my weight on it. And it's terrifying. But luckily, because of this carpet, it can't really roll in here. So what that's done is it's made it a much simpler task for me to understand, or for my brain to work out while I play around. So what I'm going to do is just show you what my practice is going to be on the skateboard over the winter. My secret cheat, so that when I go down to the skate park in spring, there might be somebody who's even worse than me. That'll be good because I can play with them and not be embarrassed. So, a skateboard. This is very soft paper. The skateboard can't really roll, so I'm not going to wear a helmet. If you were practicing this at home against a wall and you fell, you could hurt your head. So if you get yourself a skateboard, get yourself a helmet. Now I'm going to stand my skateboard and I'm going to practice just been standing on it. Now you notice I'm using the wall to help. When I walk up and down stairs, I always use the railing. Because there's no reason not to, and the chances of aggravating one of my injuries becomes exponentially higher when I don't use the railing. So I'm using this instead of a railing. It makes it so much easier to balance, and if I fall, I don't fall, because my hands help. And if I go this way, I just step off. And because the skateboard's not rolling, I don't hurt myself. Now I'm just going to practice lifting my feet. And that's getting me used to this pitching. It's pitching ever so slightly. And I'm not trying to learn any particular way. I'm playing around. The way you might, for example, if you went to a play park and you were climbing a wall, maybe like going along like this. I'm just playing around, like a wee monkey in a tree. Now, I take one hand away, and that feels better. And I use the other hand, I need to turn my body a bit. So now I'm practicing shifting my feet and moving about the board. Now, when I was outside and the board was rolling, that was absolutely terrifying, because I could have fallen and split my skull. But now it's not. Now, see that point there? I stepped too far and the board started to go and lift at one end. So what I think I'm going to do is, now that I'm comfortable using my rail to help me and just walking about on my skateboard, now I tend to turn this way, and if I'm not very careful, it's very hard to turn the other way. So now, I'm going to spend time turning the other way. Oh, I'll get a wee bit stuck here. So I need to lift my feet because the board's a bit sticky. I need to bring this foot in. So basically, it's dead confusing and weird turning in the opposite direction. So I'm having to pay a lot more attention. And that's me doing it. Now I'll be perfectly honest with you. See at this point, if I was actually practicing, this would be the end and I would stop. I think I learned quite a lot. I think if I keep going, my brain will switch off and it'll seem boring and repetitive. And so instead of trying to do something fancier, at this point, I would actually go and do another activity. Because I don't want to work hard on my skateboard. I want it to be something that's not something that I work at, but something that I do for fun. Something I can go and do on my own to make myself happy and maybe meet friends. But it's not to be like a job. I don't have to be the best in the world at it. I just have to set myself small goals and then achieve them. And if you set yourself really tiny goals, you'll always achieve them. And the wonderful thing about that is, you're building a staircase. And if you want to climb really high, nobody cares how big the rungs in the ladder were to get there. You can boast and say, I jumped all the way up there on my own. Some people might believe you, some people might know better. But really, it doesn't matter. And if there's lots and lots of rungs in the ladder, and you take your time climbing, then you'll be able to get as high as you want, and then you'll be able to come back down safely. One thing that happens an awful lot is when people start learning and they're in a big hurry. And so they kind of take a run at things and they skip the first few steps in the ladder. And then they've built a ladder with the bottom rungs missing. And what that's going to mean for them is that they're always going to need a big run up before they can get started climbing the ladder. And some days you don't want a big run up, you want to just go easy at something. Now if there's rungs missing in the ladder, you've no choice but to make big jumps. But you can still make the big jumps if there's lots of rungs in your ladder. So on a day where you feel happy and confident and your body's working well, you can maybe jump up somewhere in the middle. And in the days where you're tired, or you maybe hurt yourself, or you're sad, then you just do the simplest version you can. And the thing that I should mention here is, there's a lot of physical contact with my hands on the wall. And it does feel nice. I'm a person that's extremely sensitive to how things feel in my hands. I can't stand to have any oil on my fingers. I have to wash them repeatedly. I need to wear gloves if I'm doing anything that involves my hand being wet. But there are some things when I touch them they feel lovely. This is a nice carpet. It's actually one of the reasons I moved here. It's such a nice carpet and I knew I was going to enjoy doing my yoga on the floor and feeling the nice feel of the carpet. And because I've got this big space I can roll around and play. I can even swim in the ground, that's fun. So I'm having a nice time doing simple things just for myself. Now I've got a wee break, I am going to go back to the skateboard. And when I was at the skate park, somebody showed me their first trick. And their first trick was to with one foot push down on one edge of the skateboard and make the end come up and not fall off. Now, I tried it and of course I fell off. Luckily I didn't fall down and hurt myself, but I realised that with the skateboard sliding about on the smooth concrete, it was going to be awful. It'd take an awful long time for me to learn how to be confident and to enjoy that trick. And I'm actually very sensitive to sounds. So when I go to a skate park, unless I'm skating myself, the sound of the skateboard's actually quite hurtful to me and I want to leave. Everyone's different, eh? So I need to not be surprised by the sounds and maybe get used to them by starting off slowly And if I was just hearing all the time, I wouldn't be having fun. But if I was taking my time, I could learn how to hear the sounds and listen to the different qualities that would tell me if I was doing well or if I was doing badly. And then I would make friends with them. I'm going to get back on my board, I'm going to work on my wee trick. The most dangerous bit's stepping on the board. So I'm always going to have two hands on the wall in case I slip. And you see how I'm turning that way? Well, that's good. It lets me face the camera. And this is the way I don't normally turn. And the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to practice the thing I done the last time. Because if I don't, I might forget what I learnt. So I'll just very quickly brush over, just turning in circles on my skateboard. And you might not think about it, this is quite scary. And that, go in the other direction. So that's the thing to know. Even if I only go and cool down for a few seconds, I always warm up again before I start. I never just fire anything aggressively. I'm going to take my foot and place it on this end, and with my hands helping me, put a wee bit extra weight and the other end will lift. It's only lifted, I don't know, just over a centimetre. That's enough. Then I'm going to walk to the other end, put a wee bit of weight. Now if I done it here it'd be hard, because my hands need to shift over. And when my hands are on top of my feet, then I'm very strong and I can push down on the board easily. If my hands were still over here, it takes a lot of strength and it's awkward. Now that's fantastic, because that lets me know if I'm on a skateboard and I want to do that trick, the first thing I'll do is put my hands to this side and pop the board. If my hands are on that side, it's going to be awkward and I might fall. So I've learnt some. And now I've learnt that, I've decided that's enough for this session. I've kind of cheated, took a break, talked a bit too much and had the second session. So I'm just going to remind myself, by doing it on both sides a few times, reach with my foot, let my hands catch up. When it feels nice, push down and it's easy. And then if I want, I can take my hands off of the wall, put them down and push back. Do that one more time. And I think it'd be dead easy if I let my hands go that way a wee bit to push down and come to standing without the wall. And then if I take them that way, I can push down. I'll adjust my feet, I'll use the wall. I'm going to push down. Now on this side it feels a wee bit awkward. It didn't go as well as the other side. So I'm going to pause, think about that. I'm going to push down, my hands drift across. Well, that's a great trick. I can slide my hands as I go. You can't see it, but my hands are sliding on the wall. And now I can find exactly the point where the weight shifts. And that's different. Now I'll lead with my hands, and then as my hands are coming in line with that foot, my weight shifts. I continue. Oh, it won't go. I need to reset my foot. So now I'm going to turn that into a flow. Step over, slide, lift. Step over, slide, lift. Step over, slide, lift. Step over. You get the idea. And just to give myself a wee test, a wee challenge, something a wee bit uncomfortable, I'm going to see if I can do it without the wall. Now this is I won't get any badges or awards for this, because probably if I went to a class, this would take like 30 seconds and then we'd go off trying to do things. But I need to learn thoroughly, otherwise I'm anxious. That's the truth of the matter. If I don't know something very, very thoroughly and feel I've understood it properly, then I'm going to be anxious. So I've got months and months to play with my new toy, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, I've had my break. My idea is I'm going to stand up and I'm going to shift the weight like this, and then like that. and hopefully I won't fall down. And I'm going to tell you the truth, see if it feels like I'm going to fall down, I'm going to give in, step off and stop the video. So, take my time, step onto the board, and I've decided this will work, it just seems right. Put my foot down, bring my hands across, lift the other foot, push down. Whoa, that was weird. Now bring my hands across more so my arms are moving that direction, and then I can lift the other side, and that feels nice. Now, a few more goes. Down, up, down, up. Yeah. Oh! Now this is quite scary. I'm going to confess to you. I feel that I can't move my feet without it being dangerous. Now I might be right about that. So I'm going to bring my hands close to my body. There, I can't fall now. That's my session over. Congratulations if you got all the way through this. But I had a nice time. And I will be skating next spring. And if for the worst, that'll be good enough. Because I won't hurt myself. Right then.